It's about time you stop buying Stussy to impress others and embrace some much-needed post-copying clarity. You're probably wondering how this all connects to falling in love with materialism, the current replica armed forces, and the internal struggle of never feeling satisfied, so let's break it down. As you probably noticed, trends have been huge for content in regards to what videos blow up. Wearing Timberlands or loud Stussy branding with a goal to impress others and fit in has been talked about a lot. But the idea of wearing clothing in general and not just trends to accomplish fitting in hasn't been talked about enough. Clothing's commonly relied on to fit in because it doesn't take much effort to change, and we know people are physically judgmental. When everyone has an opinion, we find ourselves with binary views of right or wrong and better or worse, which lead us into judging others to satisfy our urge for superiority. Trying to upgrade our style is more appealing than necessarily putting in the effort to upgrade our physique or personality, where if you throw in a solid fit, you'll instantly receive gratification. Compare this to spending months in the gym or dialing in on your nutrition, where receiving the gratification is much more challenging than simply buying a new fit, putting it on, and receiving positive attention. The process of improving makes us feel good, but what's it really mean to improve in fashion? Building a recognizable personal style, narrowing down into a specific aesthetic, maybe cropping your tees for the rule of thirds? Fashion being subjective without clear goals makes it difficult to decide how exactly we should go about improving our style. Through social media, we're continuously shown that following the algorithm's game of pairing the it sneakers with baggy jeans and a denim tears hoodie will be rewarded. Without an understanding of your own style and preferences, it can easily lead to overvaluing trends, price tags, and brand names, into believing that buying the more hype, trendy, or tasteful pieces is the way to improve. This connects to what we're currently seeing with replicas and trends, but first, I'm curious if you consider yourself materialistic. Based on the definition of materialism, being overly concerned or preoccupied with material possessions rather than with intellectual or spiritual things, it's probably a bit extreme to say that you and I are materialistic based on our relationship to fashion. Yet with people commonly dressing for the approval of others, and fashion being an interest that's easily noticeable, we're still more likely to be viewed as materialistic. When your ultimate goal is to fit in through your style, clothing's simply price tags and items. However, through this process of dressing for others, you're likely to pick up on some aspects you genuinely enjoy, allowing clothing to quickly change from a materialistic tendency to something more. I know as I become more and more interested in fashion, I've placed a higher value on my material possessions. Clothes have the power to change how I feel in confidence or emotionally excited. As I've limited my purchases and become more aware of my habits, I've noticed there's still two tactics I gravitate towards, and I was wondering if you've had a similar experience. With current culture often feeling fake, nostalgia has been strategically used to connect us to times we believe to be genuine. This is a large part of my own interest towards vintage and products with interesting history. Besides nostalgia, whether it's Supreme's limited weekly drops or my personal recent addiction to Crumble Cookie and their weekly flavor changes, scarcity has also been proven to work time after time. As fashion has continued to grow, there's been a major surprise that I would have never predicted. What used to be super hush-hush and looked down upon has totally shifted. Replica sneakers and fashion hauls are more accepted and popular than ever. However, don't get me wrong, hate towards reps and rep owners is still widely present amongst mainly social media because frankly it's scary to confront people when you're a socially awkward sneakerhead. Sneaker culture being ruined or resale prices plummeting seem to be the major common threats promoted from those strongly opposed to replicas. With neither of those panning out to be entirely true, what's the actual problem with replicas? Whether fashion's being used to fit into social groups or fill materialistic urges, the clothing is bought to reflect success, status, and taste. When you truly buy for yourself, it doesn't matter what other people are purchasing, whether it's reps or authentics. It seems to be those who buy based on the opinion of others that feel threatened by replicas, where anyone can access the perceived value of success through wearing expensive and rare pieces. In my eyes, there are genuine issues with buying replicas, like the promotion of hauls and unnecessary overconsumption, but for many opposed to replicas, these issues don't matter. It's simply an issue of status. When you're deeply interested in fashion, there's this weird balance you've probably felt between feeling satisfied with what you own and at the same time feeling the urge to hunt for that final piece in your closet that'll be the last jacket you need to own or the final addition in creating your perfect footwear rotation. This desire is reinforced through watching fashion content or listening to the only podcast that matters, as content often puts us in a state of comparison. The exposure of fashion content that's now on every single platform has drastically changed how we interact with clothing, since we're constantly reminded of what's next, making it difficult to feel content while consuming content. I know that anytime I'm watching a pickups video or product review, that is the digital version of window shopping. I watch without the intention to buy, yet still find myself being influenced to consume. As we come to value clothes more than just material possessions, clothes have the potential to become a significant means to feel something. I've seen this commonality through reading your comments or watching videos where people express how their recent pickups made them feel more confident, in control, or filled a certain void within their closet. By recognizing the influence of fashion content and understanding our motivations, it will help us make more conscious choices and avoid falling into the trap of constantly seeking that elusive, perfect closet. It's nice to be making videos again, and I hope to see you soon. Peace.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.